happy?
No, you wouldn't let me say it.
Oh my goodness. I don't think that's a great way to start things out.
You know what I think about often?
What?
Is that we never have like a formal intro.
No. You have a formal outro. That's about it. Also, you gotta remind me, I was like, there's news, and then I didn't say the news last time. But I'm gonna say the news this time. So remind me. News.
Okay.
It's on my end. It's technical stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Hi, Deja.
Hello. I'll try to remember that because my memory's shot.
Oh my goodness.
I'll give it my all.
Great. Two depressed kids try to remember something for an hour. Anyway. Deja, what did we watch?
Ruby?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound so energetic. Let me try that again.
Deja, what did we watch?
Ruby! There we go.
Like a block on the soundbar. Which episodes did we watch?
What did we watch?
We watched 4 and then technically 5.
Yes, 4 and 5 because it was part 1 and 2.
We learned.
We learned from our mistakes.
We evolved. And also because I looked at the next one, it was 4 minutes long, so that would have been a bad episode of the podcast.
It would have been like 10 minutes.
Yeah. So yeah, hello bunny. Let's get into the recap.
Let's get physical.
Let's hop right into it.
I mean, they did get physical.
Oh my goodness, that makes it sound innuendoous. You
should stop.
I should always stop. Deja, how do we start this episode?
Oh yeah. No.
You're doing great. It's just 2 wacky kids. One wacky kid, and a slightly calmer.
They're in the locker room, right? Is that how it starts?
They're hopping all over the place. It's showing their morning routine.
Oh yeah, it's Nora and Ren. Oh my fucking god.
Yeah. Oh my goodness,
why did that
Deja.
take me so long?
Yes, it's Nora and Ren. They don't hide their names, so we might not as well either. Yeah, it's two other kids that begin. Nora Valkyrie and Lai Ren. They're getting up. Nora's very excited for their activities.
Very energetic.
And Ren is very subdued.
I'm with Ren.
Oh my goodness. Do you not like doing the podcast? Is that what you're trying to say?
How? What? What is the correlation? All I just said it was a subdued.
Okay.
Just subdued.
But yeah. What was I thinking of?
You know what I'm thinking about?
What?
So there was a joke on Photo Fashion Review, and they were like, and Raven was like, "Oh, that outfit." No. Roger was like, "That outfit is subdued," and then Raven was like, "Yeah, she is a subdued," and I just fucking lost it.
We stole that for our podcast.
So that's what I just thought about right now.
Amazing. Back to Ruby. So, yeah, we keep following Nora and Ren as they're walking through the school. We get to the locker room where everyone's preparing for their first real day at Beacon. And we see Ruby and Yang. They're talking. They're doing things. And Yang's like, you seem cool. And Ruby's like, I get to kill stuff today. That's awesome.
I get to show off.
I do a whole thing. And what was I thinking? So yeah, that's basically all they say. And Weiss is talking to Mystery Girl that we saw in the last episode. What's her deal, Deja? Who
That's my wife!
Yes. Well, she's talking, and Weiss is clearly trying to get on this girl's good side. Lesbian. And actually, Weiss would definitely be bi, but that's besides the point. That's season 2. But yeah, that's when John comes up and is trying to hit on Weiss. I think for the second time at this point. And Weiss is not having any of it. And also, this is like the one time John is this bad, where he straight up ignores our Mystery Girl. He's like really trying to get on Weiss's good side.
I don't know why Weiss. Like, she's standing right there and you're gonna go for Weiss?
Yeah, no.
Weiss?
Yeah, Mystery Girl got muscles
Weiss?
too. But Deja, who?
Weiss? I'm sorry.
It's okay. Who's Mystery Girl?
Vera!
Pierre
my
and
fucking
Nico.
wife. Oh my god.
Yeah, she's on the front of all the Pumpkin Pete cereal. She's star.
I would hoard that cereal.
Oh my goodness.
Even though there's really no reason to, because I would just need one of them. You know what I mean?
You'd hoard yourself for Pyrrha.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, we find out Pyrrha's a star athlete from her school. She's got some sponsorships. Everyone's very excited she's at Beacon. Wise is trying to get her on her team. What the fuck?
I want to get on her team.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what the fuck that team would be called. Not yours. I mean, with Pierre and Weiss. Whoop. Oop.
Oop, there it is.
Oop. It couldn't still be Juniper. Nooper. Rupin.
You're really trying hard.
I'm really trying. It's not my fault. Anyway, this is why they don't let those kinds of teams happen. But yeah. So they all have quirky conversations in the locker room before they head out.
You know, game day talk.
Yeah, exactly. But then they meet each other on a cliff. Yay, school cliff. Days, remember when we went to high school and there was a massive cliff we would learn besides?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Every day I looked down at it and said, I can throw myself
One
off
day.
of this. One day I will.
It's weird there's a massive chasm in the middle of New Jersey, when New Jersey is known for being more of a hilly seaside area. What?
I had to burp.
Okay. Anyway, don't do it in a mic. But yeah.
Well, now I have to do it.
Oh my fucking goodness. So all the kids are out there, including some background kids. We don't care about them. We got the 8 kids we care about. And Oz and Glinda are there.
Glinda!
They're doing kind of the same thing, where they're just like giving them the rundown.
Yeah, giving announcements.
Saying
what's about to happen.
Yeah, and they were just saying like, we're gonna have teams are random chance. You match up. Your partner is whoever you make first eye contact with. There it is. And what was I thinking of? Yeah, I mean, all they know is that partners are who they make first eye contact with, and then partners are put into teams, and there's teams of 4. Acronym.
Would you try to make a code beforehand to find me, or just like leave it all to chance?
I think we're very I mean, that's the thing, right? Skipping ahead for just a minute. It's all kind of random chance. So like, for example, Nora and Ren try and get together, but that just happens anyway, because, I mean, that's kind of Ozpin's whole deal. He's like, yeah, fate will make this work, and then he tosses children into a forest. But yeah, so
punts a child.
Well, I mean, literally, because they're on these platforms and they all get launched into a forest. John is scared. Then
I feel like
what?
That's reasonable for him.
I'm trying to think. So we discussed what our weapons would be, right?
Yes.
What do you think your landing strategy would be?
Landing strategy? I don't know. I feel like I would try to use a tree in some way, shape, or form.
I think, because I was talking about how I kind of want like the saw cleaver from Bloodborne. I think I could just like whip it open and then catch myself on a branch and everything.
Yeah, because I think with the weapon I was talking about, like I kind of see it as like a whip. So like if I could use it to like whip around a tree and like slow down.
Like a sword whip?
Yeah.
That's also a Bloodborne weapon. So I'm very proud of you. But yeah, we get cool sequences of everyone landing. We see Weiss's semblance for the first time. It's Glyphs. She makes magic runes.
Didn't make anything explode though.
No, not this time. So she lands on some. Ruby uses. Ruby doesn't pogo stick this time.
I was about to say, I was like, she didn't pogo stick yet.
Yeah. Ruby's landing strategy after this is almost always using Crescent Rose like a pogo stick, which is, I gotta say, her boost must be pretty thick rubber, because like she stands on the blade. And granted, I don't think it like matters that much. My bunny's freaking out. I don't think it matters that much when you're like that high up. Like, you know, It's not like she's gonna slip in midair. But yeah, she uses Crescent Rose to knock herself back, and then like catch on a branch. Yang does not slow herself down.
No.
She speeds up. I mean, this is her main mode of transportation. She does this literally in every fight. Oswald, calm down. She does this in every fight where she uses her gauntlets to basically like launch herself forward. So that's what she does. And yeah, I think that's all we see. John doesn't land. He does not.
Because Pyrrha saves him.
Yeah.
Like the bad bitch she is.
Here goes Wonder Woman. And uses... Because she has a spear and a shield. And she just uses her fucking shield to break through multiple trees. And then what happened? She sees John flailing in the air. She uses her spear to just go whoosh, and sticks him to a tree. Where do we get after that? And then yeah, I mean, not much happens after that. Only 2 pairs are made. Ruby's freaking out. She finds Weiss. Mm-hmm. Weiss tries not to be with Ruby.
She said, "Gotta find Yang. Gotta find Yang. Gotta find Yang."
Weiss. Weiss is like, no, even though it was Ozpin's express or, slight spoiler alert, Weiss is not the leader of her team. Maybe one reason that is that Ozpin was like, this is what's gonna happen, do this, and she expressly tried to do the opposite of that.
She said no thanks.
No. But literally the second person she finds is John, and I guess kind of like me, she's like, well, I can't break it 2 times, so guess we're sticking with Ruby. And then Pyrrha finds John, and they kind of have a much larger bonding moment in the locker room. And then the episode just kind of ends. Weiss and Ruby finds him grim, but I mean, it's just the episode. It's just like, they're gonna fight now. Yep. So what did you think of these 2 episodes that were 1 episode?
Did we already talk about both?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, because the second one's that short. The second one stops. The second one starts when they're on the cliff. Oh no, the second one starts when they're on the cliff.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
You're really seeing how bad my memory is.
I mean, we watched them in quick succession, so that's how it is. But yeah, what you think?
It was really that short?
Yes.
You said it was 4 minutes.
Yes.
But I don't know. I liked it.
Liked it.
Still building.
Did anything important you think happened besides, I guess, Pyrrha getting more of a spotlight?
I mean, not really.
Not really. Episode 4.
The love of my life, Pyrrha.
I mean, it's called the first.
You can do no wrong.
You can do nothing. What was I thinking of? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's called the first step. I think it's literally just like, this is what's gonna happen.
Legit, the first step.
Yeah,
because they need teams.
This is the first time it's gonna happen.
So, I have a question.
What?
I'm very interested. Wait. Okay. So, you know how Osmond was like, this is your team for, like, the 4 years you're here?
Yeah.
Like, the rest of the 4 years? They don't have to, like, technically stay a team after that, do they? Or is it, like...
I mean, no, that's one of the points they kind of make in Volume 7. It's like, if you wanted to, I guess you could be solo.
That's what I was thinking as I was, like, asking that question. I was like, some of them just branch off and do their own thing.
Well, as we found from a dusty old crow in Volume 3, that's not, like, a super smart idea. Like, you're probably gonna die.
Mm-hmm. Well, obviously.
Yes. To be fair, one of the only other professional huntsman teams we know about is a little special. And because of that, they're not together anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But we haven't really seen any other professional huntsman teams besides that one.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. You don't have to, but, like, do you want to be facing down hundreds of monsters with just yourself or with, like, 3 other people who you've known for a couple years now? So, that's kind of like the That's kind of the whole thing. But Deja, oh my goodness, do you know what time it is?
Jesus.
Yes.
I didn't say anything.
It's time for your favorite segment.
Why do you say favorite?
Because it is. Ready?
No.
1, 2, 3. It's time for trivia. Wee. So let's just kind of start. We touched on that Piero was Achilles before,
Yes.
so we don't have to. The only characters we're introduced to are, actually, I think these are, minus some bullies in future episodes, I think these are the last characters we meet for the volume. It's Nora and Ren.
I forgot Blake was not in this episode at all.
Actually, that's one of the trivias I have. But Nora Valkyrie, based on her last name and first Norse name, she's based on Thor. She becomes more apparent when you see her weapon, and then in Volume 3, her semblance. And Lai Ren is based on Mulan. So both gender swapped. Actually, all of that team is gender swapped. And then so let's get this out of the way. Blake Belladonna was not seen in this episode or listed in the credits. However, Carrie Shawcross posted an image on Twitter saying that Blake was in the back with an arrow pointing to one of the silhouettes in the background. So she's just kind of like, I mean, obviously she's not, but they're just saying like she's over there. She's just
in the back.
Yeah, she's back there.
In the back.
John's locker number. I did pay attention to this because when they're in the locker room, John's like, "Where's my locker?" It says 636. I was like, why they pick that number? You always gotta throw in a fun number reference. You watch Gravity Falls, Deja?
I don't think I finished it, but I've watched. Don't do that.
Why?
Don't do that.
That's wild. Anyway, go on.
That was the end. My point.
Okay. Well, John's locker number is 636, a reference to the address of Rooster Teeth Productions at the time. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's weird. Monty, I was reading. I'm going to leave that pause in because I want everyone to see what I was reading, and because I had to decide if it was okay for the podcast. You ready? I'm not even sure what this means. Monty Owen, the creator of the show, stated that John is speared by Pierre in the locker room to establish that she can do it without killing him. That's an okay thing between them. This makes it less contrived when Pierre spears him to help him during the beacon initiation, which we see.
Just like a friendly spear?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's not bad filmmaking.
Yeah.
When it's like, because...
a repetition.
Because otherwise, you would see her launch a spear at him in midair, and you don't see how it lands with him. And then you just be like, did she fucking impale him? And then the answer is, no, she did the locker thing. So that's fair. Also... Hello. Alright, Deja. Deja caught me fucking up. So, thanks for that.
You're welcome.
I made an oopsie. It's not my fault. They put a spoiler in the trivia tags. And we're trying to keep that part hidden for sure. I love how they just have fucking... Look at these images. Look at all of them.
Look at Yang just...
Yeah, look at... Wait, there's Yang's just starfishing midair. Catching some air. But yeah. Oh yeah, obvious, non-spoiler obvious trivia. That, I mean, I guess real life spoilers in a way. Yeah, you're not gonna like this one. Lai Ren is voiced by Matti Oum, who created the show. Of course, that is unfortunately no longer true because he died. I think, I want to say 2018. Somewhere around there. It was during Volume 3. So... That was Lai Ren's voice originally.
I was about to say, he sounds different.
A little different. I mean, I think the new actor does good enough matching the voice they had from originally. How much variation can you have on an incredibly monotone character? I would argue you don't even... in the latest one, he's screaming because he's having emotional development. But how much do you even hear him in the first 3 volumes?
Not much.
Exactly. It's kind of like, non-spoiler, but a character who doesn't talk much. You know who it is, Deja.
I mean, there's only one.
There's only one. There's plenty of characters who don't talk much, but there's one who doesn't talk at all. But her official voice actor is like considered Casey Lee Williams, who does all the music for Ruby with her dad and everything. So it's like, I guess, yeah, if a character doesn't talk much, you don't need like I don't want to say big profile actor, but you don't need that much of a voice actor to do it. So you can just kind of put everyone in there. You're looking at my rabbit, Deja.
Yeah. Because I just hear him chewing.
He's munching. He's munching over there. Is that smart for us to do this in the same room as Oswald? No.
I mean, where else are we going to do it?
Where else are we going to do it? Also, can I just say I appreciate in the episode. They're on the cliff, right? You gotta look out into the beautiful forest. And I mean, it's literally like 3 PNGs stacked on top of each other. Oh my gosh, yawn. But it's literally like tree texture 1, tree texture 2, tree texture 3, sky, and everything.
That's how they put it in the file.
That's how exactly. They were like, well, we gotta have a background, and we're not modeling a forest. So I mean, and that's fair, but you can compare it to Volume 4, where like, the opening shot is also kind of a forest, and it probably looks better. That's same for the moon. The moon is a very flat circle in these first few volumes, and then they obviously take the effort to make it a little more refined in the rest of the show because it's one of the biggest pieces of imagery throughout the entire series. So yeah. You got anything else to say about the episode, Deja? I feel like you're sitting there thinking. You mentioned how Oz has the same glasses as you today.
He does.
Deja's got on like these round ass glasses. And to be fair, I was thinking Oz's glasses have like zigzags in them. They got little lightning patterns and yours don't. But I mean, hey.
It's close enough.
Close enough.
We can always do Oz cosplay right now.
You could. We could always just break your glasses a little bit. And then
what is wrong with you?
Lots of things. Should we go down the list?
No, because no one wants to hear that.
I know. Well, it would fill out the rest of the podcast.
Exactly. We don't have time for that.
We don't have fucking 2 hours for your therapy session today. But yeah. I mean, this was a bit more of a succinct podcast episode, but that's okay. I guess our thing... Succinct.
What does that mean?
It means like... I don't want to say compact. It's like just kind of like we hit the beats real efficiently. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just like from here to here. It doesn't help that I had to mid-episode cut out like a big spoiler I accidentally said. What did you say? That's the biggest spoiler of Volume 1?
Of Volume 1, yeah.
Yeah. There is one other one, but we're gonna get to that.
I don't remember.
It's John. What's John's play? Yeah.
Oh.
I
feel like that's like...
that's expected. You could see that one coming a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
It's not as shocking.
It is the first one we're talking about, which I had to edit out. It is kind of obvious looking back, because remember the scene in I think the third episode. It's the third episode where they're all sitting together in the ballroom, sleeping together. What's that one character wearing? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Why would you wear that to bed? You know what I mean? Which I was kind of shocked no one pointed that out. Like, I don't know many people who wear that, but I mean, I know a cartoon character who wears it, but
it's for the aesthetic.
I mean, yeah, but Deja, if you wore one of those, would you be wearing it to sleep?
Okay, I feel like this is... I don't...
What?
Because I was like, I feel like it's the same sense of like when I wear like a bonnet to sleep. Or like sometimes if I'm like really tired enough, like I'll fall asleep in my earrings and then I'll wake up and it's jabbing me in my fucking side.
I guess it's kind of fair because they're all in a ballroom.
Like I can see how no one would be like, oh, that's weird, but then I also would be like, I also can see how people would be like, oh, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know?
But I would say for the ballroom, it's kind of okay. Because if it were me, I would just fucking fall asleep in my clothes. But, I mean, I guess if I'm wearing armor, then less that. But, for when they get dorms, no one ever mentions it. Yeah. Because the other three live with them. Yeah. So.
And it's also, like, you know, sleep schedules, who falls asleep for, like, you know, you don't know what people do when you fall asleep.
To be fair, the person we're talking about, I won't say that. Because I was going to comment about something on their sleep schedule, but then it becomes so obvious who we're talking about. So, are they a night person or are they a morning person? I'll never tell. But
you'll never know.
You'll never know. Also, there is, I remember this specifically in a class scene later. That person answers a certain question that, like, A, is good world building, and B, also gives you way more hints because it's like, wow, they got that one pretty quickly. So yeah, lots of foreshadowing. A lot of people like to the opening theme of Volume 1 touches on, it's like, oh, something darker is coming, and I feel like every volume where something really bad, everyone's like, that's what it was. And it's like, I don't think that's what it was. I don't
like that voice at all.
What?
Don't do it again.
Don't
please.
do it again. I'm sorry. But it's not my fault that all fans sound like that.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Do I sound like that?
No. You sound amazing. Also, you're wearing like 2 ruby things.
Yes.
It's cute. Deja has a bracelet that their sister made for him because they got him into ruby too. So...
Well, technically, she didn't make it for me. Technically, she made it for herself. And then she was like, do you want me to make you one? And I was like, at first, I was like, no, because I don't really wear bracelets. Because I was like, because I usually wear them on my right wrist. But since I write, I'm like, don't fucking. But like, so I don't really wear bracelets. But then she was like, but then I was like, wait, I actually want one. And then she was just like, and then she was like, well, here, you can have this one. And I was like, okay. Yeah, but then I want her to make me one that says Poison Ivy, but she hasn't made me one yet, and I'm like, dang. So I'm upset because
there goes my plans of opening an Etsy shop.
What?
An Etsy shop with your sister, with making bracelets.
Oh, making bracelets.
Yeah, you don't have to do any more. We exploit her. Easy peasy.
I don't trust Etsy because Etsy be taking a chunk out of people's.
This is not the podcast. I'm not going to edit that.
You're getting very derailed.
I don't know. Because I just like talking about general Ruby stuff. Of like the stuff we work up to. Yeah. Like with the... Like, because right now, we have to hide a little bit of it. Because we're only up to like... What was I thinking of? Episode 5. With the second one that was way too short to be called an episode. But...
I feel like we're still building. So we can't really, like, talk much about...
Like, by the time we're, like, halfway through Volume 2, we can just be like, oh, well, there's lots of stuff with this person and then this person, blah, blah, blah. But right now, like, I've discussed this. We have 8 characters. Yeah. Oh, wait, we still have the professors. I think both of the main professors get introduced in this volume, and they're fun. Yeah. One is based off a Dr. Seuss book. I don't think it's one of the ones that got banned. It might be one of the ones that got banned. Yes. I mean, listen, it's not... Because most of the ones that got banned, I was not aware of, and it's one I've never heard of.
Imagine if I wrote a book that got banned. Cornfield.
I think that's a very different situation. Are you about to have outdated racial things in your first novel, Deja?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. But we don't have to think about that in Ruby, because Ruby's more lighthearted than that. Kind of. Depends.
Depends on the season.
Yeah, I mean, that's one reason I like it. Because, like, it starts out lighthearted, and it kind of keeps that tone throughout. But then it does get more serious at parts. I appreciate stories like that. Avatar's kind of like that. But, yeah, fun times. But I think it's a good place to call the podcast for now. Daisy, did you have fun doing the podcast today?
Do you ask me this all the time?
I don't think so.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Does it matter?
Not really.
Can I first off, You literally started the episode talking about how we don't have a formal intro. And are you gonna be upset when I have a formula for how we're doing the outro?
I don't know, but I feel like if I say yes every time, like,
no.
What am I gonna say? No, I didn't enjoy it.
You gotta evaluate. I mean, did you just like the episodes? I thought they were fine. The last two are kind of... I don't want to say the last two are nothing, but they only kind of moved the story along. So these two were better for that.
Bit by bit.
Bit by bit, we will build this house of Ruby, block by block.
I think a song.
What?
No, it just goes, I wanna build you up, brick by brick. It's by Arctic Monkeys.
No? You like... I have an album you gave me over there of Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah, because it's the greatest album of all time.
I've listened to it. It's pretty good. Okay. Anyway, Arctic Monkeys aside, that's a character at the end of the season. Oh, yeah, we do have that character. I forgot he comes in. We'll see y'all later. And remember, till next time, everything's a gun if you're brave enough. Goodbye.